Alright, let's do this. Hey. Oh, shit. This don't look right. There it goes. So I know it's been a while. But I'm back. I've been working on recreating the house from a popular YouTuber's channel. I'm sure you guys will be able to figure it out. Still need to work on the glass texture, but right now, I think it's looking pretty good. I built the door frame. This took a few hours to build. Light switches. Next, I'm going to see if I can't find a few mods to, you know, put in for the light switches. I'll put a link to all the mods I have installed. I used a custom texture pack for the flooring. Basically, I built the texture pack from scratch because I was trying to get the proper look for the floor. I wanted to look seamless, almost like you couldn't tell where the block began and it ended. But you can't. Because as you can clearly see, that line is in the middle of the block, not at the edge. So it throws most people off. Can't really tell what's what. The heck is this? There we go. Then, unfortunately, the mod I'm using is called Bits and Chisels mod. Problem is, as you can see, these random blocks that start floating in front of me. Yeah, that's because of some glitch with the Bits and Chisels mod. Or Chisels and Bits. Long story short, once you place down a chiseled block, I'm running my server off my own personal PC, and I put down, like, right here used to be several chiseled blocks, and then I replaced it with just normal, you know, wood. Where is it? Just spruce planks that I have custom made, like this. I replaced it with that, but for some reason, it wasn't working. It kept despawning the blocks every time I relaunched the Minecraft world. I figured out that it was because that block state was registering a chiseled block, but because it wasn't there, it would erase whatever was there and try and replace it with a chiseled block. But because I had no chiseled blocks there anymore, it would just do an invisible broken block. I fixed that by basically, if you look underneath, that's literally just a chisel block now. I chiseled underneath and then re-put this back on top to fix it. Took a bit of work, but I like it. Still working on this upstairs. Once it's done, it will look really nice. As you can see, there's a lot I gotta do. Come out here, you'll notice the door is not that thick. It's because how I have everything textured. It works, and that's the key feature. Okay, so, yeah. As soon as I do this, if I close the world and save it, I have to completely make sure I cannot change that block, or else it will erase it. It took a while, but I also built these fences. Don't know why I'm missing blocks there. A nice little driveway. Wait a minute. Right. I accidentally broke the world. Yeah, earlier I was messing with this and I accidentally, you know, broke it. My buddy had just hopped on. He had done his entire base up here. The roof is made from the Chisels and Bits mod. And I was trying to fix those corrupted blocks because I couldn't figure out what was causing it. Eventually I did figure it out, but when I couldn't figure it out, it was a pain. I figured out it was that Chisels and Bits, so I just replaced it with chisel block. Before that, I saw this recommendation of using, basically it was a vanilla, well, thing where I forgot what it was called. All I know is you could use it to replace or erase broken blocks and stuff. So I loaded my game into it, then deleted those blocks, returned it in, and what I didn't know was it would erase all of the mod blocks, so my entire house was basically gone. This custom staircase I built was gone, everything was. It was a real pain, because I thought it was gone for good, but thankfully I use a mod called Simple Backups. What that does is basically make it so if something like that were to happen, I have a backup of the world. I love it, mainly because I don't have to worry about losing all of my progress. I'm just going to use this block. Yeah, as you can see, them erased blocks, that's because they used to be the chiseled blocks, so it kind of messed it up. Oh. That's why. Then, the Chisels and Bits mod, its newest one is on like 21.1 or 1.21.1 for Java Edition. It's a really nice one to use. However, it does require a bit of finessing to use. Put it simply, there are a lot of custom controls for it that most people can't really figure out. My buddy, I had spent a few hours having to explain how to properly use them. Basically, what you do is you take your bit, let's see, hit E, and then you'll get this, a Chisels and Bits area, a Chisel and Bits clipboard. This is from a different mod called Biomes of Plenty, and this is the bits. You don't really have to go through here to get the bits from it. This is one of the things that corrupted my house when I first started before I installed backups, and it ruined everything, so I had to start from scratch. But, anyway, the Chisels and Bits, you grab a chisel. You can do this in survival or creative, whatever. I originally started in survival, then went into creative to finish up the upstairs, or start on the upstairs. I just used the bits, built it. I need to get custom flooring and walling. You saw what I just destroyed. I was trying to go for a custom design, but that block wasn't the right style. Basically, I need that, but just regular, basically a marble brick. Because, a fun fact is, you can actually build a texture pack quite easily. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. But I didn't quite know the proper way to do that. So I kept messing up, because I was looking for the right texture pack to get the exact look I wanted. I eventually figured it out, and by taking basically the version of Java Edition I was on, which was 1.21.1 right now, as you can see in the top left. It is, and I took that version of Java. I went into my app data folder. Then I went to .minecraft. Then I went to versions, and then I deleted them all except 1.21 and a few others. Just the NeoForge, and of course, that's the mod manager I use, is NeoForge. It's quite easy to set up. You have to install a port through your router. If you have any questions about that type of stuff, just leave a comment. I'll try and get to you. But anyway, it's quite easy to get done. However, for me it wasn't, because I don't know if any of you guys know what it is, but there's this thing called Google Fiber. Love it. It's perfect. However, it is the most pain in the ass thing you will ever have to try and do a port forwarding. Mainly because I had just started with all this type of stuff, and it was really bad. I was constantly getting screwed over because I was adding the port, but I didn't put it in right. Like, my PC was still blocking it with the firewall. And my buddy couldn't join. We couldn't figure out why. So I spent days upon days figuring that out. And then when I finally figured it out, I had my other buddy. I told him, hey, I built a Minecraft server. You want to come check it out? He did. And then I figured out why my buddy Inferno couldn't join. Because he didn't have the NeoForge mods installed. Which you absolutely need to play on a NeoForge server. I'm going to add a Bedrock port to make that an exception to it. But still, I figured that out. Then figured out the invincible blocks. It was a pain to set up, but with another thing with NeoForge servers, you have to make sure you have the right version installed for the mods and the server. You can't just be like, oh, I want to play on an old version, so I'll swap to an older version of Minecraft. No. You have to, if you want an older version of NeoForge to play your mods, like if you have a mod from 1.7, then you just go, you will have to use Forge, because NeoForge does not go back that far. Forge, however, that was the start of it. The people working on Forge, apparently, this is just what I've heard, but apparently they didn't like how the creator of it was doing things, so they built NeoForge. I love it. Mainly because it's the only one I really use now. But it's still... You gotta be kidding me. It's still quite a pain. Because, like any good mod, it's just trial and error. The Biomes O' Plenty mod, here, let me show you guys that real quick, adds this. For anyone wondering, this is just apparently, it's a bucket of, basically, you know, way back when you had, basically broken blocks. Forgot what it was called. Corrupted? Or something. No, not corrupted. It was just like, it can't register the texture or anything like that. The Biomes O' Plenty has that version on this. I didn't realize that. So I took this bucket. Didn't realize that it was like a physical bucket that goes on the ground. I clicked my ceiling, which is why you see me breaking invisible blocks. It took out this entire wall because it spread like crazy. This was before I had simple backups, so I lost like a solid day's worth of work on this place. The entire right half of the house was destroyed. It was a pain to fix, but I got it done. And then I got the outside made properly. As you can see, there are two different types of bushes, but I wasn't really paying attention. I got this part of the house almost figured out, apparently. This needs to go like this. There we go. And took a while, but it works. As you can see, there's a lot of them with this low texture on the bottom. I'm gonna fix it later, but right now I'm leaving it. I built my own little custom hot tub. You see how fancy it is? Needs to be a lot taller. But yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry to just go on rambling about that. I know I stopped in the middle of talking about how to make a texture pack. To just make it, you just go into your files, go to the .minecraft folder. Go. If you don't want to, like, don't know where the app data folder is, you just go to users, your user that you're on. It should be an invisible folder, so you make sure reveal hidden folders. Hit app data, hit .minecraft, hit versions, hit the version you want. Then it should be a .jar file, unless you don't have like Java, not Java Edition like for Minecraft, but like the Java thing to register Java files. And all you got to do to create a resource pack from it is you copy it, make a copy of that one, paste it in any folder, then you right click it, and you got to rename the dot part of it to .zip rather than .jar. You do that, and then you can go into the files, unzip it. Then you have to delete everything except the assets folder. And then you have to make some... I forgot what it was, but you have to basically take that, and then you add a specific file in with the code for your Minecraft server. Well, your Minecraft. So for Java Edition 1.21.1, I believe is 36. You add into your there, and then you're set. But it's simply, I would recommend deleting the shaders pack because sodium is one of the things I use. It's for, I believe it's part of, oh no, it's used for one of the mods I have. Sodium does not work well with other shaders packs. Sodium is made to work for shaders mods. However, if you have just something that's touching them, it'll keep saying sodium is not compatible in the top left when you boot up Minecraft. So I delete the shaders one. Once you get the text document created with the proper source code, you can look it up online. It's pretty easy. Then you put that in your resource pack folder. I leave mine unzipped because for some reason it's no longer registering zip files. And then what you do is go to assets, and then you go to Minecraft, then you go to the blocks. Then take like an image like this one. This one was just a complete square image, as you can see. And then I just renamed it what block I wanted to get rid of, which in this case was spruce planks. So I looked in the blocks folder, looked for spruce planks, copied the name of it, and then I used an online converter to make my file to be a 64 by 64. Normally they're 16 by 16 bits, but that's pretty untextured. You can go all the way up to 128, but you gotta remember the more detailed it is, the harder it is to run. And then I just went from there, renamed it after I got it back from the converter. I just search up like a 64 by 64 image converter. You should find one that works pretty well. I uploaded the file, got it downloaded. You have to make sure it's downloaded into a PNG. You just click that one that says JPEG, change that to PNG. Then you download that, rename it to, I think it was spruce _ planks. And then I put it in there. It says, do you want to replace the one in that file in that blocks folder? I said yes. And then here we are. Did that. I also did it for the stripped. If you're doing stripped, you're going to want to do it for both the stripped spruce log, and then you're going to want to do it for the stripped spruce log top. That's basically the top of this to make it all perfectly even. And turns out, when you retexture a plank or something like that, it will also retexture its cut blocks, so like the fence, the gate, and all of them. As you can see right here. Except for the trap doors and doors, because those are a completely different texture. But it works pretty well, as you can clearly see. I'm going to figure out, and this is my birch wood. I only did the planks. Do you want to see how weird this looks? Yeah, it's not bad, but this is for a more lighter themed house. But my house is more this theme. It goes great for the doors, though. For now, I'm going to keep it like that until I find a dark oak style texture. For this, I just searched up dark wood or planks type deal or something like that, and then I just found the right texture. It was still a pain, but it looks nice. I built these myself. They're not the best looking, but the ones up here look a lot better because they're 2 blocks thick rather than 1. I'm going to get the right texture to make them look even nicer. And if anyone's wondering what the heck that is, I was, oh yeah, right, you start to glitch the more you get over here, because I broke a bunch of kelp in the sea, so as you can see it's glitching out. That is because over there is a no-go zone. Over here, no glitching. Yeah, I like my little fence. I do find this quite peculiar, though. Wait a minute. Huh. So I guess... Wait a minute. Something's not right. One of my mods is inactive. That's an easy one. Mods. Orbit. Fabric. Nope. I need... It's under B. Better foliage. Why are you not working? L. Let's just see. So I have a better foliage mod that should be working right now, but it's not. So I'm guessing I loaded something wrong. I'll figure it out. But basically what the better foliage is supposed to do is basically make this puff up more so it's not so bleh. I'll figure it out though. It's quite easy. My buddy wanted to do a more traditional way of building a house. So he did this. He said, oh yeah, the base structure first, and then I'll build around it, like you would a normal one. So I'm like, why didn't you use the bits and chisels mod to, you know, make a thin walls for it so it's like plywood? It's like, I didn't think of that. It's always fun. But yeah, as you can see, I've gotten this room pretty good. It's the right size. I put the texture in, everything. I'll leave a link to all the videos in the in the description. And I'll also leave a link to the YouTuber that this house is based off of. Or actually, I'll let you guys guess. I still need to get the texture for that. This room is just not done at all. I think I need to fix this a bit. Don't know exactly how it's supposed to be done. All I know is it looks nice right now. Kitchen floor still needs to be done. I removed this wall because I need to get a better texture, something better. Then down here, this is where the boiler is going to be, and it's going to be a pain to build. There's also supposed to be a room right here to get into the garage. There we go. That's all for now. So, I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. And see you next time. Peace.